2 buildings topple in India, killing at least 20. New Delhi. Police in southern India detained 2 construction company directors Sunday as rescuers using gas cutters and shovels searched for workers believed buried in the rubble of a building that collapsed during monsoon rains. It was one of 2 weekend building collapses that killed at least 20 people. The 12-story apartment structure the workers were building collapsed late Saturday while heavy rains and lightning were pounding the outskirts of Chennai, the capital of Tamil Nadu state. Police said 28 construction workers had been pulled out so far and the search was continuing for more than a dozen others. 4 of the workers died on the spot and another 5 succumbed to injuries later in a hospital, said police officer George Fernandes. 13 injured workers have been hospitalized, while 6 others were allowed to go home after medical attention on Saturday night, Fernandes said. Police officer Cannon said 2 directors of the construction company, Prime Sristi, have been detained for questioning as authorities began investigating the cause of the collapse. The officer uses one name. Balaguru, one of the builders, said the structure collapsed possibly due to the impact of lightning. Usually, once the construction gets over we install the equipment to prevent the building from a thunderstrike. It was nearing completion, the Press Trust of India news agency quoted Balaguru, who uses one name, as saying, "Nearly 300 policemen and fire service workers worked overnight, looking for survivors in the debris. They used gas cutters, iron rods and shovels to reach those trapped in the rubble." Earlier Saturday, a 4-story, 50-year-old structure toppled in an area of New Delhi inhabited by the poor. 11 people died and 1 survivor was being treated in a hospital, said Fire Service Officer Pravir Haldia. Most homes in that part of the capital were built without permission and using substandard materials, Police Officer Madhav Verma said. The Press Trust of India news agency said the New Delhi collapse was triggered by construction work on an adjacent plot. Building collapses are common in India, where high demand for housing and lax regulations have encouraged some builders to cut corners, use substandard materials or add unauthorized extra floors. In April last year, 74 people were killed when an 8-story building being constructed illegally in the Mumbai suburb of Thane in western Maharashtra state caved in. It was the worst building collapse in the country in